There is a moment, quiet yet thunderous, when a woman speaks not with words, but with the clarity of intention. Her eyes, her tone, the way she holds silence, all say this: I have chosen. And in that moment you are tested, not as a man of flesh, but as a man of virtue. Will you lose yourself to the sweetness of desire, or will you remain unmoved like the Stoic marble of ancient Rome, unshaken by the storm? We live in an age that glorifies instant pleasure, celebrates reaction over reflection, and mistakes indulgence for power. But the wise know the true test of strength is not how much you can take, but how much you can resist. And this is where we meet the ancient Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, men who faced temptation not with trembling desire, but with the calm fire of discipline. When a woman truly wants to be intimate, she does not play games. She does not cloak her desire in mystery. She speaks, sometimes with her mouth, often with her presence. This is the clarity the Stoics worshipped, a life stripped of confusion, a soul unmoved by ambiguity. If something is difficult for you to accomplish, do not think it impossible. But if it is possible and proper for another, consider it attainable by you. These words from Marcus Aurelius are not just about action. They're about self-possession. They remind us that every man is capable of controlling his own flame, no matter how fiercely it burns. So what does a Stoic man do when desire calls? When softness beckons and the night whispers? Seduction. He remembers desire is a guest, not a master. It is welcome to visit, but it will never hold dominion over the fortress of his soul. She may say, I want you. She may lean in, breathe your name, draw close. But you, if you walk the path of the Stoic, will not be intoxicated by it. You will see it for what it is, a test of self-mastery disguised as a reward. Too many men crumble under the weight of a glance. They mistake attention for affection, seduction for connection. But we rise above, because we are not ruled by emotion. We ride its current without drowning in it. Let this be clear. Stoicism does not preach avoidance. It does not say, do not love, or do not touch, or do not feel. It says, do not be consumed. The temptation does not destroy us. Our lack of discipline does. Seneca warned us, no man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself. When she comes close and offers her vulnerability, you are not being seduced. You're being examined by the universe itself. Are you ready? Are you grounded? Or will you sacrifice your principles at the altar of lust? Sometimes she does not even speak. There is no I want you, no invitation, no green light, just silence and proximity. It is in those moments that the untrained mind imagines meanings, the weak project fantasies. The undisciplined man acts without thinking. But the Stoic, he waits, he watches. He does not mistake suggestion for certainty. He demands clarity or he walks away. That is what separates us, not our celibacy, but our control. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. That is what Epictetus tells us. And what lies beyond our control? The desire of others, the choices of others, whether she means her gestures or not, whether she truly desires intimacy or is lost in her own confusion. Before a woman ever says this, before she draws near or offers herself, you must already know who you are. Most men stumble not because women lead them astray, but because they had no direction in the first place. We do not train to resist women. We train to resist ourselves. our animal minds, our impulsive habits, our longing to be validated by another's body. He who is not a slave to others is still a slave to himself. That is Seneca again. Let that truth ring like a war drum inside you. If you are ruled by lust, then you are not free. And if you are not free, then no woman, no matter how radiant, can save you. Only you can do that. Through reflection, through control, through silence. If a woman truly wants to get intimate with a man and she respects him, she will say this: I feel safe with you. That is the true doorway, not flirtation, not teasing, not vague signals, safety. And why does she feel safe? Because you are anchored, because you are calm, because you are not desperate or hunting or reacting, because you do not need her. And that is why she can finally choose you. That is what the Stoic teaches us, that in non-attachment we become magnetic. In restraint, we become irresistible. In stillness, we create storms. Desire is not wrong. It is human. But it is only sacred when placed in the hands of the disciplined. If you let desire dictate your path, you are like a ship with no rudder, crashing into every shore that beckons. But if you master your desire, it becomes fuel, warmth, power. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius again, piercing through the haze of modern confusion. A woman's affection is not an outside event you control. Her intimacy is not owed to you. It is not a prize for performance. And if it arrives truly, fully, clearly, it must find you prepared, not weak, not hungry, but already whole. We walk not to seduce, but to serve ourselves, our values, our higher callings. We love, but we are not enslaved. We connect, but we do not collapse. We let the world tempt us, and we let temptation teach us, but never rule us, because in every whisper of desire we hear a deeper question: who are you? When the world offers you pleasure, and we answer, I am the mountain, I am the silence, I am the soul unshaken. And if she truly sees you, not just your body, but your peace, she will say this: I want to be close to you because I see the storm you carry and how you never let it control you. And that, my brothers, is not lust. That is sacred. That is earned. That is the reward of the Stoic path. If this truth stirred something inside you, a recognition of the man you were born to be, then keep walking this path with us. Reflect, refine, rise. And remember, when the world tempts you, do not react. Instead, become unshakable. Subscribe for more truth. Because we do not just talk about power, we live it.